Have you ever found yourself staring out the window on a rainy day, wondering, why does this always happen to me? Maybe it's a string of disappointments, a setback at work, or just that persistent feeling that life is somehow stacked against you. You're not alone in these thoughts. In fact, almost everyone at some point feels weighed down by the sense that the universe is conspiring to make things harder. Have you ever felt stuck, as if you're moving through life in slow motion while everyone else seems to be racing ahead? Maybe you've wondered if you're destined to struggle, or if there's something fundamentally wrong with you. It's easy to believe that the world is unfair, that you're alone in your struggles, and that no one else could possibly understand what you're going through. But what if I told you that this way of thinking isn't your destiny? The ancient Stoics, those wise philosophers whose teachings have endured for centuries, would say that these challenges aren't a curse. Instead, they're your training ground. Every hardship, every moment of doubt is an opportunity to grow stronger, to build resilience, and to discover what you're truly capable of. Today, we'll journey into the lives of the greatest Stoic minds, Marcus Aurelius, Epictetus, and Seneca. These were people who faced unimaginable adversity, exile, slavery, loss, and betrayal, yet they refused to see themselves as victims. Instead, they transformed their pain into wisdom and their struggles into stepping stones for greatness. Their stories show us that it's possible to endure, to rise above, and to find meaning even in the darkest times. And the best part? The wisdom they left behind isn't just for philosophers or history books. It's for you. Their insights can help you break free from the cycle of self-doubt and hopelessness. They can show you how to reclaim your power, even when life feels overwhelming. Because here's the truth, you are not broken. You've simply been taught to believe that you are. But with a new perspective and the guidance of those who've walked this path before, you can rediscover your strength and realize that you were whole all along. Marcus Aurelius ruled the most powerful empire on earth, yet he wrote in his private journal, "You have to assemble your life yourself, action by action." He lost children, he was betrayed, he led during a plague that killed millions. Did he feel sorry for himself? No. Modern victim thinking says, "I deserve better." The Stoic says, "I will become better no matter what life gives me." Epictetus was born into a world of hardship, beginning his life as a slave in ancient Rome. Imagine the weight of those chains, the daily reality of having no control over your own fate, your own body, or even your own thoughts. His master, cruel and indifferent, broke his leg, leaving him with a permanent injury, a constant reminder of his suffering. Every step he took was a testament to pain inflicted by another's hand. He endured ridicule, was beaten, and treated as nothing more than property. The world told him he was less than human, that his story was one of tragedy and defeat. But Epictetus refused to let his circumstances define him. He taught that it's not what happens to you that shapes your destiny, but how you choose to respond. He believed that true power lies in our reactions, in our ability to find meaning and strength even in suffering. Epictetus never called himself a victim. Instead, he transformed his pain into wisdom, becoming a philosopher whose teachings would go on to reshape Western thought for centuries. He showed that you can rise above your circumstances, no matter how dire. So ask yourself, are you replaying your pain, telling yourself the same tragic story over and over? Or are you ready to pick up the pen and write a new chapter, one where you are the hero, not the victim? Remember, your past isn't your prison, it's your origin story, the beginning of your journey, not the end. You have the power to decide what comes next. Seneca said, "We suffer more in imagination than in reality." Today's world rewards outrage, overreaction, and emotional venting, but the Stoics trained to do the opposite. They practiced premeditatio malorum, imagining the worst, so they would never be shocked. This wasn't pessimism, it was preparation. They didn't spiral into helplessness. They forged mental discipline like warriors. You can too. At first, it doesn't feel like it. When you're caught in the grip of victim thinking, it seems like the world is simply unfair and you're just reacting to what's happening around you. But if you look deeper, you'll see that victim mentality is actually rooted in ego, even though it might seem like the opposite. The ego loves to make everything about itself, and victim thinking is no exception. It quietly puts you at the very center of a cruel universe, convincing you that every hardship, every slight, every misfortune is directed at you personally. Why is this ego? Because it assumes that you are so important that the universe itself is conspiring against you. It's a subtle form of self-importance, even if it feels like self-pity. In this mindset, everything is happening to you. Every event, every challenge, every disappointment is seen as a personal attack. You start to believe that everyone is unfair to you, that you're always the one left out, misunderstood or mistreated. But the Stoic philosopher Marcus Aurelius had a powerful reminder for himself, one that can help break this cycle of ego-driven thinking. He would reflect daily, "You are just a soul carrying a corpse." In other words, you are not the center of the universe. You are a small part of something much bigger. You're not the center of the world, and that realization can be incredibly freeing. It means that not everything is about you, and not every hardship is a personal attack, and that's actually good news because it means you can let go of the burden of victimhood. You can step outside your suffering, see things more clearly, and start to take responsibility for your own happiness. When you realize you're not the center of the world, you gain the power to change your perspective, to grow, and to move forward with strength and humility. The Stoics had one rule that changed everything. No matter what happens, you are responsible for how you respond. You get cheated, rise above. You get betrayed, control your reaction. You get hurt, heal without revenge. If you are distressed by anything external, Marcus wrote, the pain is not due to the thing itself, but to your estimate of it. This mindset is not passive, it's the highest form of active strength. Think of a sword. It is not forged in comfort. It's hammered by fire and force. You are the same. Epictetus once said, "Difficulties show a man to himself." Modern culture tells you pressure is a problem. The Stoics saw it as purpose. Adversity doesn't ruin you, it reveals you. The Stoics didn't pray for an easy life, they trained for a meaningful one. Every challenge is your teacher, every setback is your sharpening stone. So when life gets hot, use it as an opportunity to sharpen yourself. Rise from the flames as an instrument of power and beauty. So no, you are not broken, you are untested, you are untrained, you are unfinished, and that's exactly where you're supposed to be. The Stoics didn't just survive history, they shaped it. And you too can shape your fate, not by blaming others, but by becoming unbreakable. Let the world do what it does, and you do what you must. Fix yourself like a Stoic.